Welcome to Wilkinson's Coke Oven Park. Alright, so we just arrived out here in Wilkinson, Washington, which is just about 30 minutes from Sumner, Puyallup, out in the mountains at the foothills of Mount Rainier. It's a back entrance to the park. And we're heading down to the Melmont Ghost Town, but we wanted to stop over and check out these coke ovens. So it's all about the history of coal mining. So we're going to find out what coke ovens are. Alright, the boom and bust of these coal towns started in the late 1800s. And these were dismantled in the later 1900s. But these coke ovens, coke is actually just coal that has been heated to remove impurities, which would allow it to burn hotter and longer for other industrial production. These coke ovens get the job done, but they actually looked a lot different than this. There's a rail line that goes on top of the ovens because the rail cars would actually tip over and dump the coal in through the top of the oven through a trap door, and then it would be covered. So, and this is how they would get it out. It's interesting. Yeah, for them to hold up this good in this Pacific Northwest weather is pretty crazy. But the brick was actually brought all the way from Ireland in the ballast of ships, specifically for the use in these coke ovens. And there were experienced bricklayers all the way from Pennsylvania. So, man, this was a labor of love to make this happen. What a fool for this. It's a beautiful day out here. Oh, I think he's injured. Oh. Well, if he's injured, he could at least climb. Doing pretty good. Alright, so now we're going to make our way over to Carbonado so we can go hit up the Melmont Ghost Town. But first, I think we may go through Wilkeson to find a bathroom. Alright, now we're in Carbonado. Alright, we made it out here to Carbonado and we're at the Fairfax Bridge. So this bridge at the time of its construction was the tallest bridge in Washington State, towering at 250 feet. So now it's just a single lane bridge, and pretty cool. With the river.
Breezy, it's cold.
Alright, there's very little service, if any, out here, so if you're trying to make it out to Melmont, make sure you download your offline maps as recommended. Ooh, it is freaky on this bridge. Every time a car goes over, it starts shaking. It's not a good feeling. Alright, so we're actually going to take the shorter hike from the Fairfax Bridge to Melmont. Beautiful views right here. I don't even know what the name of this river is, but man. No, this is actually the Carbonado River. Why am I saying that? This is Carbonado. So Melmont is down here along this river, so we got to actually cross back over from the parking area and make our way down. Damn, the water's beautiful. Mama and I are on a solo hike. All right. This looks like a trail to me. Sure that's the trail? There's the cables right here. Yeah. All right. Well, you go first, Mama. All right. This is when you're gonna question your decision on what you wore. We're about to go out of the sun. This is the correct side of the bridge. Woo! All right, that was easy.
You could find that part.
That was the hardest part. It's just finding the trailhead. And now we are on our way to Melmont. Let's go! See how long this hike is. It was actually 7.9 miles from the Foothills Trail, so that would have been, actually that wouldn't have been that bad. I mean, we did it with the kids in a couple hours. It's just, we would have been going a lot faster if it's just us. We'll be asking questions. Yeah, so after about 2 miles, we realized we were going the wrong way. So when we got to the bottom of the bridge, we were actually supposed to go the opposite direction. And Melmont was right there. It was apparently like right underneath the bridge. So we were walking. I had mistakenly navigated back to the Foothills Trail, which was our original hike. And so it was taking us to the trailhead in Carbonado. So we are going to complete still about a 7-mile hike, which is great. Actually, no, it's be less than that. But more steps, more time to bond. My therapist said it would be great for us to have time in nature alone doing things that we both love. And what a better day to do it. It's beautiful out here. And we're now warm. You warm?
Yeah.
Body temperature is back to normal. And we're still heading back to the Fairfax Bridge via the Foothills Trail from Carbonado. We actually almost made it all the way back to the trailhead. So far, we've already hiked 4 miles, 55 minutes. It's pretty impressive. It's ferns. All right, back on track. There's the Fairfax Bridge. This is where our journey began. So that was only, yeah. So we just added 4 miles to the hike. We hiked 2 miles down, 2 miles back. It's a good day. Oh.
Ghost Town on this trail?
Yes. Well, it's right off of this trail. There's like little paths that go down towards the water. All right, we have made it to Melmont. So this is the first of the ruins. Melmont Ghost Town. So similar to those coke ovens that we saw, Melmont became popularized here in the late 1870s after they discovered coal here. And there was an entire little community that was erected. Now all that stands are these ruins. Well, it's way too steep over here. Woo! This thing is huge.
Why is that giving the EVG?
Because this thing is over 100 years old. It's kind of scary. 150 years old. Don't build them like they used to. You got this.
No, you're just looking at all the moss. EVGBs.
Oh, look at that parasitic tree right there. No, when we go back, I'm gonna walk down in the front of that to get the scale of that wall. It's a huge wall. I think that was the foundation for whatever this first structure was. beautiful. You could tell there was some infrastructure here. It's like there's a drain pipe in here. Allow for the stream to flow through the little town here. This is the road. So this actually was the historical road for the town of Melmont. Right here is the sign of our second ruins here. It's just a tiny home. Wow, just like to piece all of these stones together with mortar, still make everything square. It's incredible. All the mortar is worn away. These entryways.
This is mortar.
Alright, so we've reached this fork on the trail, and I believe this goes up to the schoolhouse. So there's a schoolhouse up this little side access trail. And we are trying to make to the next fork, which will take us down to the river. So what are we gonna do? There's people ahead. We go to the river, we go to the schoolhouse.
I'm hungry.
Let's go to the river. This trail is super muddy. We of course are just at the beginning of spring 2024 up here in the Pacific Northwest. Has to be expected. But this beautiful, healthy watershed is what brought us to the Pacific Northwest, so we are not complaining at all. It's just nothing more magical than seeing the greenery, all the trees, the growth of the moss on the trees, all the undergrowth, and all these streams everywhere. Water coming out of the rocks. Got Meadow. It's got a meadow down there. There's people down in the meadow. Let's go.
First?
Yeah, you always want me to go first. I'm documenting. Great hiking form on the downhill. Go down sideways.
Thank you.
Oh, Kingston would run all the way down this hill.
Oh, there's type of poop is that?
Ooh,
What step is that?
it's not big enough to be a bear, but
Not big enough to be a horse. Like
yeah,
a donkey?
I don't know. You got this, mama. All right, we're making our way to the river. We're told it's a steep climb. We shall see. Into the unknown. A good camping spot. Beautiful for some camping. Some rustic camping. Little fire pit. Just all kinds of clues. Carbon River. That wasn't that bad. Right as you fall. Que lindo! How pretty. Waterfall over there. What?
Mortar?
Ah, local mortar. We're going for the sun, like some lizards basking on the rocks. Epico! Look at that waterfall though. Damn! Increíble. Cold?
Like colder than ice water. Oh my god.
Yeah, so if you're not aware, the practice of grounding is simply just the act of putting your feet on the soil, on the dirt, on the rocks, having nothing as a barrier between your body and the planet Earth. Mommy is grounding in the water right now.
Ow! Ow, that hurts!
It's good for you.
Holy cow, you do it. See how long you do it.
Okay. But the practice of grounding is actually known to decrease anxiety, stress, but it also promotes an interconnectedness with nature. And when done on a regular basis, actually has some really beneficial side effects to your mental and physical health. And that's something I was doing in Costa Rica every single day, barely wore shoes. But now, wear shoes and socks every day, and my feet are so white. Let's see what we're talking about. How long do you do it? 2 seconds?
4.
My feet are already cold just on the rocks.
That's what I said.
It's not safe to step in here, so I probably shouldn't do it.
You should probably sit down.
Whew, that is kind of cold. This rock looks perfect over here. Whew, 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 whew. What do you mean? I was trying to stand on this rock. Oh yeah. That is really cold.
That's longer than I did it.
Oh, you're going numb. Look at this waterfall right here. I love it. Oh my gosh. The cold plunge. Back to snack time. We were not planning on hiking this long, and our snack supply is definitely not reflective of our typical packing and planning. We're gonna be having lunch, I think, in Wilkeson, and right now we just got a couple granola bars, some trail mix, and apple, a few oranges, goldfish, and some Oreos to get by. Make the most. Alright, we just finished our little snack break. Soaked our feet in the water, got a little grounding time, but we're gonna head up to the Meadow, check out these ruins before getting out of here. We're gonna head back to Wilkinson because it's kind of hungry. We didn't really pack very much for lunch, but man, I could stay here all day. Did bring the hammock, could have made it an amazing day, but now we know, we'll come back. We're making our way back up from the riverbed. Decided to go back to the car. You can actually see these remnants of this old cobblestone road. It's still intact for the most part. I could imagine moving back and forth over here like 100 years ago, 150 years ago. Yeah, so we decided we're going back. We're gonna head back over to Carbonado, and by there we're gonna go back to Wilkeson and try to grab some food. See if we can get back to that 15-minute mile pace. I think we actually didn't we hit an 11 or 12-minute mile pace just speed walking?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's how we got so far away from the bridge. All right, we made it back for a shot on the wall. We wanted to get some perspective. And this bad boy is way taller than I thought. And it's got this eerie lean to it. Man, you can see the scale of this wall right here. It's pretty big. Where you at, mama? Alright, now we gotta go find out what this structure was. I don't remember what this one was. But it looks like it's just a retaining wall, unless there was actually sediment and soil and stuff that got filled in the back. Or maybe that's the back of the wall. And no, there's trees over here, so there wouldn't have been a structure that extended out here. These almost look like windows. Huh. Woo! This is the wall. Yeah. That's pretty tall. It's deceptive from this side. Alright, finally back where we started. The Fairfax Bridge. Man, we were down there, the river, 250 feet below this bridge. Alright, we gotta make this trip up. There's people coming down, so. Out of the canyon. Alright, Fairfax Bridge. We made it. That was a trip to Melmont Ghost Town. There's really nothing scary about it, except this bridge that likes to move when cars drive over it. But beautiful day, perfect weather. Coming back again till the next adventure. All right, so we just touched down in Wilkeson, little historic town right here. This is exactly where we went and checked out those coke ovens. Check out this little historical town, grab some food. It's pretty cool. Look at all these old buildings. Pretty sweet. A soda shop. Oh, look, they got a little theater in the back. What? What'd you say? That's what you want? This is a real town. We gotta love that. Public notice. A brothel license. The historic Washington Hotel and Brothel. 1877 and 1880 as lodging for company employees and also included a fully functioning brothel. Because no pioneer town is complete without a brothel. Hey, it's one of the oldest known occupations. Just saying. The Wilkinson Eagles at the Eagle Scouts. I don't know. That building looks so cool. Looks like it's from a movie set, huh? Started this place wrote about growing herbs specifically for drinks and food. Thanks again for watching this episode of the Free Range Squad. Until our next adventure, pura vida.